72% of employees in large corporations will never receive a significant promotion. Not because they're not good enough, not because the company doesn't have room at the top, but because the system was not built to move you up. It was built to keep you trying. The corporate ladder isn't a path to the top. It's the most profitable retention tool ever invented. You already know this somewhere. You've watched someone less capable than you get the manager title. You've sat through a performance review where your feedback was exceeds expectations, and your raise was 3%. You've done the math on what it would actually take to get to the next level, and the number didn't make sense. Here's what the number looks like in practice. The average time between promotions in a Fortune 500 company is 3.1 years. If you start at 24, make director by 40, that's 5 promotions. 5 promotions, 16 years, and that assumes everyone goes exactly as planned. But the real number isn't 3.1 years, because most people reset that clock every time they ask for a raise, change teams, or get a new manager. You're not climbing a ladder. You're running on a treadmill that resets. What I'm going to show you isn't a conspiracy theory. It's organizational design. The corporate hierarchy was formalized in the 1920s by Alfred Sloan at General Motors. He didn't design it to maximize human potential. He designed it to maximize output and minimize replacement cost. That document, that design, is still the foundation of every org chart you've ever worked inside. Here's how it works against you. Here's the first thing they never put in the onboarding deck. The corporate pyramid was engineered to be wide at the bottom and narrow at the top on purpose. Not because there's less work at the top, because there are fewer positions, and they need to stay that way. A publicly traded company with 10,000 employees has, on average, 147 people at director level or above. That's 1.47%. Every single person below that line is mathematically competing for the same 147 seats. And the system isn't designed to push the best people up. It's designed to keep the largest number of people engaged in the competition. Think about how chess works. Most of the pieces are pawns. They move one square at a time. They have one promotion available to them, ever. And most of them never make it across the board. Your org chart is a chessboard, and nobody told you that on day one. Now you know the shape of the game. Next, let's talk about who designed the rules and why they benefit exactly one group. The modern performance review was introduced at General Electric in 1976. Jack Welch called it the vitality curve. Every year, managers ranked employees. The top 20% got rewarded, the middle 70% were developed, the bottom 10% were let go. Every single year, this system had one hidden function nobody talked about publicly. It made every employee compete against their own colleagues, not against a target, not against a market, against the person sitting next to them. And when you're competing against the person next to you, you're not building, you're performing. GE eventually scrapped Welch's ranking system in 2016. Microsoft killed its version, stack ranking, in 2013 after a Vanity Fair investigation revealed it was destroying internal collaboration. Engineers were deliberately sabotaging each other's projects to avoid the bottom 10%. Microsoft lost a decade of product innovation during the years that system was active. The Bing versus Google gap? Part of that story starts here. So the pyramid is real. The review system is theater. Now let's talk about the part that makes both of those things work. The promotion timeline. Here's something that took most people a long time to realize. The 3-year promotion window isn't based on how long it takes to master a role. It's based on how long it takes for ambition to outpace compensation. The average salary bump at a promotion is 8 to 12%. The average external hire for the same role earns 18 to 22% more than the person promoted internally. Read that again. The company pays new hires significantly more than the people they've developed for the role. Why? Because your loyalty costs them less than your replacement. LinkedIn's 2022 workforce report confirmed this. People who stay at the same company for more than 2 years earn, on average, 50% less over their careers than people who move. Over a 20-year career, that gap compounds to roughly $600,000 in lost earnings. Now you know the shape of the system. You know who it benefits. Here's the part nobody teaches: how to navigate it without leaving. In 2019, Harvard Business Review published research on what actually predicts promotion. It wasn't performance ratings. It wasn't years of experience. It wasn't even the quality of their work. The single strongest predictor of promotion was visibility to senior decision makers. Not visibility, as in people know you exist. Visibility, as in the people who control the 147 seats, can articulate your name, your work, and the problem you solve before a seat opens up. Because by the time a promotion is on the table, the decision is already made. The meeting where your name comes up or doesn't, you're not in that meeting. The people who consistently move up understand one thing that most high performers miss. Doing your job well is the entry fee. It gets you to the table. It does not seat you at it. The promotion is awarded in a room you're not in. Your job is to make sure the right person in that room can make the case for you. That means you need a sponsor, not a mentor. A mentor gives you advice. A sponsor spends political capital on your behalf when you're not in the room. Most people spend a decade looking for better mentors when what they needed was one sponsor. Here's the final piece. And it's the one most people refuse to believe until they've lived it. The most powerful negotiating tool you have inside a company is a credible offer to leave it, not the threat to leave. A credible, documented, competing offer. The research on this is consistent. Employees who negotiate with a competing offer receive, on average, 19% higher counteroffers than those who negotiate without one. Because your value to a company is partly determined by your value to its competitors. The internal number they've put on your head is a budget line. The external market number is the actual price. This doesn't mean you have to leave. It means the ladder moves fastest for people who've proven they have somewhere else to go. The system was built to make you feel like leaving is a risk. The data says staying is the bigger one. Let's come back to where we started. 72% of corporate employees will never receive a significant promotion. Now you know why. The pyramid was designed narrow. The review system was designed to manufacture competition. The promotion timeline was designed to maximize your tenure at the lowest cost. None of this means the system can't be navigated. It means you need to stop playing it the way they taught you. Build visibility, not just performance. Find a sponsor, not just a mentor. Know your market rate, always. And understand that the most dangerous thing the corporate ladder does is convince you that the only way up is to keep climbing it. Next week, we go inside the boardroom conversation that ended Nokia, the one that happened 3 years before the public collapse, the meeting that nobody talks about. Subscribe, you'll want to be in the room.